So with that, let's turn it over to Karen. Karen, do you have some questions in the chat?
I do. And one of my thought was quite interesting and great to answer right away. So it's basically plugging in data in a spreadsheet and it spits out what you have to pay each month, even with little to no cash flow. Question mark.
Did they use the word spreadsheet? Where did I go wrong? I'm just kidding. Come on. You're putting the numbers, part of that scenario is true. You're putting in your numbers, your debt structure. Who do you owe? How much do you owe? What's the interest rate? What's the payment, right? No account numbers. How much do you get paid? Who gets paid what when? Do you have a side gig, extra income, quarterly bonus, yearly bonus? Yeah, let's put it all in there and find out. And then how much do you spend on life? What's left over? When we put that stuff into the Money Max, it's going to guide you day by day on what to do. And when anybody check their bank from their phone? Yeah, every day, right? When something happens here at your bank account, you just go to the Money Max and you update it. That's it. My clients tell me literally on a weekly basis, 20 to 40 minutes to update all the numbers on transactions. That's it. So it's a very simple thing to update. It's a very simple thing to learn and to execute. But when you have a question, who are you going to call? Yeah, Debt Busters. That's us, right? Money Max account. We have a full complement of trainers that are going to be with you every step of the way. And I always tell my clients, do not let a question stop your progress because you will have invested way too much money to let something like that get in your way. Oh, Bill, I called him earlier today and I don't want. Yeah, call him. You see, these people thrive on helping you get your questions answered because they know that that's continuing your journey. All right. And I meant to say this up front. This is a guilt-free zone. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, how can I screw up my life financially today? Nobody does that. And yet we find ourselves where we are today. So we're going to give ourselves just a little grace and say, you know what? Now I have an opportunity to maybe think about doing something different. And that's why I encourage you because I know what the pressures of debt will do to a person and to a family. It's serious business. And understand you might be thinking, oh, it sounds too good to be true. Think about that. 21 years in business. If we were anything less than we advertised, we would have been sued out of existence by any number of the 50 different states' attorney general's office. But here we are today. A plus rating, better business, 4.9 stars out of 5, trustpilot.com, 80,000 clients. Yeah, we are good and it is true. Karen, what else?
Will our checks be directly deposited? Will we get a debit card or a credit card?
The answer to that is no. This is not about a Money Max checking account or a savings account. You keep all of your financial tools and instruments and debts that you have. You're just reporting to the Money Max where things are. And you're reporting to it, you're setting it up on that budget tab, which is income and expenses. You say, oh, I bring home I bring home into my checking account $2,000 every other week. Fine. That's how we set it up. And we'll help you through that process. We've got a lot of great training aids and a lot of coaching support. It's going to get set up properly, and you're going to be able to execute from there. Okay? Good question. Anything else?
Yes, several people are asking about the price.
The price, good question. Um, the short answer is don't know. Meaning, when you go through the first meeting is all about um, just education, right? If it makes sense, we're going to ask you to take the next step to find out what your guaranteed debt-free date is, okay? And it's at that second meeting where, based on your information, we send you a one-page form and you just put down the debt structure, income structure, no account numbers, what's going on, where you are. We put that into the analysis, and then we sit down and we'll review what the results are. We're going to show you how much time we're going to save you, based on its computations, how much money we're going to save you, and then, yes, what the one-time investment is. Okay. Now, to put it into kind of a context, let me say it this way. And we have three different levels. There's gold, platinum, and then platinum 10 and beyond, right? The difference between gold and platinum, gold is somebody who has less than 80,000 in debt and no mortgage. Platinum is for a person who has up to three mortgages, not just one, three, and a HELOC. How cool is that? So if you're sitting there and you have a mortgage and you have some debt, credit cards, car loans, or even if it's just a mortgage, here's the point. On average, I'll put it to you this way. Let me ask you this question. If I could save you 5 years of mortgage payments, not 20, but just 5 years, that's 60 payments, is it worth trading one or two payments, maybe three, to save 60? Is that a fair trade? Yeah, of course it is. That's what we call in the business a no-brainer. But you're going to know before you move forward. All the facts are going to be laid out for you. How much time, how much money. We're going to show you in that second meeting the month and year you'll be debt-free, and we guarantee it. Okay, based on the computations of the Money Max account. And then, yes, what the one-time investment is. And remember, Money Max account's a value play. You own it for life. Upgrades are free. Coaching support. Yeah, you get all of that for a one-time investment. Okay. Does that help, Karen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Bill,
Anything
there's a
else?
couple different questions about using this with an IUL, infinite banking. Can you touch on that?
Infinite banking was just this concept that was developed back in the early 70s by R. Nelson Nash. And he used a whole life policy to develop cash inside it and ultimately to be able to borrow money against his own policy and make purchases, and then he paid himself back at the standard interest rate, right? And the whole point is that by becoming your own banker, you're not beholden to any credit application or trying to, fill anything out. And, repayment schedules can be, with some products can be flexible, but the whole concept of using a high cash value life insurance policy is to build cash inside that policy to use it as an asset for your good, your family's good. And it is quite a remarkable process. Um, and it's a concept that is kind of the next level. Okay. So yeah, it's a concept that's been around a long time, and it is phenomenal in its application.
Super.
Okay.
I know it's getting late.
It is.
There have been some more, what we really recommend to people is you have the opportunity to talk to somebody one-on-one. Remember all those questions we had you write down on that paper? Keep it with you and encourage you to get that appointment and then be able to get all your questions answered specifically.
Yeah, take a look. It's not going to cost you anything. Who knows? It might open your eyes to a new possibility. And if it's for you, you're going to know it. And if it's not, that's okay. We'll close your file. We'll part friends, just like me and Karen are friends. We are, right, Karen? Say yes. Okay, good. All right. Well, I'm done. We went a little over time tonight. I do apologize for that, but just want to say thank you, and thank you, Karen, for running the show here. Any parting thoughts, final thoughts?
Just put the link back into the chat as well as that QR code. And
Okay.
we just encourage you to, ask your questions one-on-one. As Bill said, if it's a great fit for you, terrific. If it's not, I think you will have learned a lot just in that one-on-one interaction as well. And we thank you for joining us tonight.
Mhm. Very good. All right, folks.
Have a great night.
Have a marvelous evening.